This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome, Mitch.
Hello! I just thought I'd drop in.
Thank you for joining us.
I am Mitch English. Welcome to Daily Flash. We got today's talk, tomorrow's trends, don't we, Jackson?
Yes, we do. You are a huge part of our show.
Yes.
Baby James makes it all happen.
Yes, Big J.
I couldn't drop in like that. I would have broke the chair.
Yeah,
all
you
right, 219 stations across the country is where you're finding us. And you can always check our socials and our website, dailyflashshow.com, and click on where to watch so you can find out where we are in your neck of the woods. And I want you to go to our website. I'm saying it slow because I want to know something about you.
James, what have I told you about that?
Of the day. You ready?
All right, huge question of the day, which is...
QOTD.
That's it. If you could know one thing about your future, what would it be?
I don't know if I'd want that, though.
I wouldn't want it. No.
I would, because I think,
you
mystics would say you
That's what I
shouldn't.
say. Don't
Yes.
get them upset.
Yes.
Right, because then you will change it, and then you change everything else. So it's kind of like a
Yes.
question, you know, talking about changing the past, you change the future as well. You know, one thing this kind of alludes to is that why I'm sad I'm going to die one day is because we're not, you know, I will never know what it's like to be on Mars. You know what I'm saying? Just as the
Yeah.
internet is like every day for me.
Yeah.
At some time in the future, living or going to the moon, let's just say that, just
Yeah.
flying to the moon,
Okay.
is going to be an everyday thing.
You can do it virtually.
Yeah.
But I mean, do you know what I'm
No,
saying?
no,
That
I get what you're
technology.
saying.
And then I
Right.
started, my mind goes down this thing where it's like, you know, my friends that have passed are like, they never knew about AI. And they never, I feel sad for them that they didn't do
Right.
that. But they're probably blessed,
They're
right?
probably really blessed. They're probably thankful, like, oh, God, we dodged a bullet on
So
that
you
one.
wouldn't want to know the future
I wouldn't
either.
want to know. The only thing I maybe want to know is maybe what sort of vacation I might want to take or might go on.
Lottery numbers?
That's it.
Okay.
Sure, sports betting, lottery numbers, you could go down that avenue. But I'm with you. I don't like the whole past or future thing. I'd rather not know.
You ready not know?
Yeah. How about you, James?
I'm along with Mitch. I don't want to know. I don't want to make a mistake. I
Yeah.
agree with you guys. I don't want to make a mistake. Now that would have changed that future, so I'd rather not know what's going
That's
on.
Yeah,
right,
that is
yeah.
true.
You know, because once you know too much, you make mistakes along the way, and
Well,
it
because
changes everything.
I think you're trying to compensate or overcompensate for heading in that direction or making whatever it is that you've figured out will work for you in the future.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, she may be a beautiful Colombian woman. Did I make a mistake? She may be from Venezuela.
Yeah, that is true. South America. You can keep it generic.
I'm looking at Belize.
Well, let us know. The question again is, what would you like to know?
Yeah.
If you could know one thing.
If you could know one thing about your future, what would it be?
All right.
All right, look into your crystal ball if you want to answer that question.
Crystal ball head, James.
That's not right.
Shave, that's right. All the ball guys,
I'm just
represent.
jealous. I'm just jealous that I can't do it because I look like Curly from the Three Stooges.
I like the goatee though. You mentioned
I was going to mention that. I
think
sat
it looks
down.
Great,
Can we
James.
take 4 and show the
Yeah.
goatee? Because I was talking to James yesterday. I didn't even notice, but you walked in and it looked
Yeah, I
cool.
was not
I
shaved
don't
yesterday.
think I've ever seen him with a goatee. Have I?
Yeah, I've been behind the scenes. That's why.
Well, the people at home, but I've known you for over 20 years. and-
Yeah.
All right.
I don't recall a goatee, but it does look good on you. It's sharp.
Thank
I
you.
like it, James.
Thank you.
We talked about actor Vince Vaughn recently.
Love
He's
him.
making headlines again for his interview with podcaster Theo Vaughn. The two talked about their views on the education system in America. Vaughn admitted he homeschooled his daughter in the early years before eventually moving her into a public high school. Here's why he chose homeschooling as a starting point.
Everything was taught from a place for a while, like pointing out everything bad, and you can't say this, you can't feel this way, or so much guilt education. And, oh, you're bad to feel this way or that way. And so I thought it's just too heavy. And also like just a hatred of anything. And I always, like it, an optimism, positive. And why not share different ideas? Why not have differencing of opinions and create an environment where you can talk about different things?
And they both initially started sharing their experience going to elementary school, Pledge of Allegiance, very much love of country kind of thing, which is absent, I think, in schools these days. But he realized that the homeschooling thing worked initially, but eventually he needed to get his daughter into more of a social environment, because that's part of it that lacks. And then eventually she ended up going to a public high school.
When you have resources, obviously when I'm talking about like if you have money, it makes it a little bit easier, and that's one thing. However, we did one of my kids, we did homeschooling for a little while. It is something you have to really, as a parent, dedicate yourself to.
Yes.
And there's a lot of curriculums out there, and there's a lot of people that say, well, I just don't want my kids around what the high school environment does. I'm like, and my feeling at the time, I wasn't 100% sold on it, is, well, what are you going to do when he turns 18 and he runs out in the real world? That sort of thing. Now, folks that are watching at homeschool, I have noticed a lot of the families that have done it right have highly successful kids, because they did, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have to know your child and how dedicated they are to doing homework and that sort of thing. But more importantly, I think, how dedicated are you to make sure that your child is getting that experience and not just, well, do your homework and you can watch TV later.
Yeah.
Yeah, my ex-wife, she's a teacher. So she's part of that system. But we had serious conversations about homeschooling the kids, because at one point I really wanted to travel. Like, have the kids homeschool and travel. Because we were looking at virtual. You could do virtual, Florida virtual school, I'm sorry if I said it correctly, where there are a lot of kids from Florida who are athletes who use Florida virtual school, who are, professional athletes who are going around the world playing tennis and different sports, and are still being homeschooled, so to speak, through the Florida virtual school. So we had serious conversations about that, because I wanted to at least take them out of the United States to show them different cultures and to give them an opportunity to experience those cultures firsthand.
That's a field trip. I mean, awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, that's real world experience. I'd love to know how many kids are actually homeschooled. Let's find out that. And I think, I looking back, and I'm kind of glad that we did put him in homeschool, but he went back to public school afterwards, and I didn't see too much of a difference as far as like his social skills and that sort of thing, because he was always that way. I do, though, I felt like he just wasn't getting what he really needed, because but that was different than what I was able to do, and I couldn't teach him anything.
Right, and I think there's a fair amount of discipline that has to come with not just the parents, but the student, and it's a team effort. That's hard. I mean, working from home, we've all done it. We've all had that experience. It is hard to work from home because of the distraction. So I always think about homeschooling, how difficult it is to have to set aside a specific time, a space to do it right. However, I do think it's important nowadays that parents have some kind of control, because I feel like they're kind of at a loss with what's happening in the public education system. I'm not sure what they're being taught, how they're being taught. There seems to be a lot of indoctrination that's not necessary.
You're
a lot of
politics,
and that's not necessary. These kids need to go to school. We've got failing reading scores, failing math scores, all across the board. A couple of states are doing okay, but that should be a red flag. And it seems like if we don't steer the ship back in the right direction, we're in big trouble.
I mean, when you have somebody that's trying to change history because they don't feel comfortable with it, I think that's a problem too. We cannot ignore our history, no matter how painful it is, because we are doomed to repeat it. Right?
So my history teacher actually had that on the top of it.
Right. So we have to know our teacher. And go back to what you were saying, around 3.5 million children in the U.S., roughly 6% of all school-age children are homeschooled.
Wow.
That's according to ChatGPT.
All right, so I and then this is for me in defense of homeschooling, which I think there is a good part of it, is that you guys know I'm really big on objective management, which is really like, here's what I need, here's your parameters, you do it. My problem with school was there was things at school, I mean, like, how am I learning this?
Right.
Not that I didn't need to know it, but how am I learning? And like, if I had where I could work at my own pace, or maybe I could stop and for a little while and like maybe go back, and like if I want to learn computers, and that's good, because you don't get that at schools. I have heard that there are schools that are moving towards that.
Individual instruction is always key to helping kids learn at their own pace, and that's exactly what people needed. But you're talking about school, we can also talk about the GATE program. Conspiracy theorist.
Explain GATE.
What's GATE?
You got 30
Yeah.
seconds.
It was a program. They said it was initiated by the CIA for
Oh, the
helping
special-
special
For
kids
the
and
high
stuff like
IQ
that.
kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember one of the
They
kids
told
in
me
my
not
class.
to talk about that when I was
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at your left arm. If you got a mole in your left arm, it said that you were part
James,
of
stop that.
the program. I'm just saying.
You're not
Conspiracy.
listening to him.
Look at your left arm.
You can't go out there
Got a
because of
mole.
conspiracy.
I
All
got
right.
one.
All right, we want to hear from you. Homeschool, good idea. What are the parameters? Before we go to break, though, we got our Brain Flash question.
Here it is. What streaming series brought back Metallica's song Master of Puppets?
It's not nonsense. It's that weird place in between. Opinion-ish. Coming soon.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. Let's see if you got today's Brain Flash question right. We'll give you the question again. What streaming service brought back Metallica's song Master of Puppets? It was back in the 80s. I think you already know, don't you? Stranger Things, of course. Metallica, I agree with that. Well, our next guest is tech leader Sheekha Singh, and she has a new book out. It's titled Unburnable Ambition: How Overachievers Win Without Burning Out. She joins us now to share some wisdom from her book from Toronto, Canada. Sheekha, welcome to Daily Flash. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on the show.
Absolutely. All right, you have 4 tips that you want to let people know about that can lead very creative and productive lives. Before we jump into that, what gives you the knowledge to pass this on? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a podcast host. I've published 2 books, and I am a tech leader. And in doing that, I ended up burning myself out, and I did not even know that I was burning out. So I decided to do some research and publish the book.
All right, everybody comes to this point, so this information is very important. We want to make sure that you have a very productive life without losing yourself. Your first tip, you say set goals that inspire without overwhelming. How does one put those together?
Start with smaller, achievable goals. For example, if you want to write a book, I would not begin by writing 10,000 words a day, but instead, I would start with writing at least 5 sentences or at least 1 page. So small, achievable goals would help you retrain your mind and your mindset the way you look at goals. And consistency. You want to set goals that you can perform or any actions towards those goals every day.
Yeah. It seems like little victories are what kind of keep us going. And when you have those smaller goals, if you have more victories, you're going to feel, well, more, I guess, creative and the fact that you're heading in the right direction. Besides, it seems like when you do that, let's say for writing a book, that makes for a good foundation and it gives you some time to expound on that. That's a great advice there. Your next tip is to build boundaries that actually protect creativity. So people could take away my creativity. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly, yeah. You have a set of people that are going to drain you and some set of people that are actually going to recharge you. So this is going to be difficult for anyone who has never said no in their life. So you need to learn how to say no to protect your boundary so that you protect your energy, and that way you are ready and energized to spend time on all of your creative projects.
And is it okay, maybe negative situations, I imagine you could put in there. Of course, you would stay away from that. But I guess that same mindset needs to go around those people that are vampires or sucking all the energy out of you. You don't have to take them out of your life. It's just when you get into that creativity, are you saying just maybe compartmentalize yourself away from them?
Perfect. I have added tips after each chapter in the book. And this particular chapter, I provide templates that you can use with your friends and family, because we know they are the toughest to say no to, that you can tell them no in a very nice and kind way without sounding rude,
Right.
or without sounding like you're always telling them no and that you don't have time for them.
All right, your next tip is to recognize those early burnout signs. And once you do, you got to pivot. What are some of those burnout signs?
Great question. Fatigue, constant snapping at your partner,
Oh, yeah.
loss of appetite, and not finding joy in things that actually that you love doing. So for example, I loved podcasting and I would have multiple guests, but at some point in time, I'm like, oh my God, okay, another interview. No, this is not happening. So once you figure out what those signs are, you need to start taking action. Don't just rub them off. My watch always used to give me signs. Okay, you're having a stressful day. You need to calm down. Or the other sign would be, your body battery is very low. You need to take rest. And I would just ignore them. But the thing is, you need to rewire your brain and your mindset to make sure that, okay, when you're seeing things like those, change them and do something about it.
Yeah, I like that. And just being cognizant and aware, it's being self-aware. Love that. Your final tip is to reconnect ambition, joy, rest, and authenticity. Okay, how do you do that without being, melancholy or thinking too much of the past and that sort of thing? Is that what you're saying, or just maybe making new goals? I don't want to speak for you, but what do you mean by that?
So the entire thing was for overachievers. If you're an overachiever, chances are you already have multiple projects lined up. You're already working on different things, and you want to give your 100% on everything that you're doing. So read the book and you'll find out how you can actually do everything that you want to do, but not burn yourself out. Establish boundaries, learn to say no, create systems that work for you, not against you, and take time to do nothing. These are just some of the tips where you can feed your ambition and also not get burnt out.
Burnout is, I would imagine, probably the biggest. And it's actually part of the process, I would imagine, as well, because you got to say, this is what I want to do. I got to power through this. And so you can look on the other side of that sort of thing. Is there, should you take on challenges, maybe that the hardest things first? Or do you just go back to what you said initially of like, get those small victories? Meaning, like, sometimes I want to get like the bigger project done out of the way, so then everything else is downhill. Is that a good idea or a bad idea?
Is it going to drain you or is it going to recharge you?
Okay.
If it's a difficult project and you want to tackle that first, but if it's draining you, then I would put that to the end of the day or to a time when, to the beginning of the day where you're like, okay, fine, I am 100%, I am not drained out, I have the rest of the day, I can spend time on this. But if it's going to recharge you, then why not? Just do it.
Very cool. I love that. Thank you. You made my day feel a bit better. I'm going to go after that. Thank you so much for joining us, Sheekha. And of course, you can get a copy of her book. It's called Unburnable Ambition. You can go to sheekhasingh.com. We'll have links on our website. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. It's Thursday. That means it's time to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on. With the latest, here's Tony.
Thanks, Mitch. In theaters is the historical docudrama Dead Man's Wire.
I'm a man that's fighting for everything that he owns, sir.
So what's your plan, Tony, huh? What's next? This is a dead man's wire.
If anybody yanks on me or yanks on that gun, he'll die.
Based on true events, on February 8, 1977, Tony Kritzis entered the office of Richard Hall, president of the Meridian Mortgage Company, and took him hostage, holding a sawed-off shotgun with a dead man's wire attached to his neck. I chatted with director Gus Van Sant.
I guess Tony obviously has turned a corner that maybe one shouldn't take, like losing your temper as much as he does to actually like kidnap somebody.
Dead Man's Wire is an intricately told story about reaching the end of the rope with financial roadblocks and the ice-cold decisions made by corporate banks. Van Sant uses both drama and well-placed comedic moments to move the story along. Again, Dead Man's Wire is playing in selected theaters and gets an A. It's rated R. Paramount Plus is returning to space with their new series, Star Trek Starfleet Academy.
Caleb, I've been looking for you every single day for the last 15 years. Come with me to Starfleet Academy. The Federation will help you find your mother.
That thing is taking us to the school?
That is the school.
Set in the 32nd century, young cadets train to become Starfleet officers as they deal with friendships, rivalries, and even romance, all the while facing a mysterious threat to both the Academy and the Federation.
Well, she is half Klingon, half Jem'Hadar, so she's a hybrid of two very strong warrior species, but now she's part of the Federation and teaching young adults, so she can't kill them because she's not at war anymore. So she has to, sort of pipe down on the aggressive part of her personality, even though you don't really see her piping down that much.
Over the 7 years of Voyager, I was able to build him brick by brick into a human-like thing with hobbies and friendships and emotion even. So now, 800 years on, with all of that additional experience, how has he changed other than the physical change that the audience sees is really that I think they'll find later in the season that he goes deeper than he went before.
Star Trek Starfleet Academy offers up some great visual effects and action, but the series needs to find its heart and pace. If you're a Star Trek fan, I think you'll like the new series and will understand the direction it seems to be taking. For now, I'm giving the series a solid B. Again, it's streaming on Paramount Plus and is rated TV PG. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
All right, thank you there, Tony. It's time for us to jump into our daily digits. Here are some of the numbers you can find in the news today. Your first number is 5. That's how many of X's AI original 9 co-founders have left the company since it launched. Elon Musk addressed what critics are calling a mass departure at his artificial intelligence startup. Musk admits turnover is normal and the company is pushing hard toward rapid expansion. The billionaire tech founder says his AI mission is bigger than any individual team member. Listen, when more than half of your founding team members leave, that's either a bold evolution or the world's most intensive staff meeting. Am I right or wrong on that? Our next number up is 20. That's how many years it's been since a celebrity moment turned into a long-running inside joke for NASCAR legend Dale Earnhardt Jr. and his wife, Amy. All right, back in the late 2000s, Amy said pop star Jessica Simpson once joked about a dream where she married Dale Jr. in a treehouse. Now, she mentioned it on their recent podcast and hasn't brought up a Jessica Simpson shoe or bag since because, well, she was convinced Simpson was trying to fish her man. When pop dreams meet pit stops, some stories, well, they stick around longer than a tire at Daytona. Am I right or wrong in that?
You're right.
And finally, with this one, I think we've all seen your final number, 41. That is the age of Formula One champ Lewis Hamilton. Now, he's now being linked to Kim Kardashian and reportedly making Kanye West feel, well, some type of way. Sources say Kanye feels weird seeing Kim spend time with someone he once called a friend. Insiders describe Kim's new relationship vibe as warm and mutual, while Kanye continues navigating his own marriage and co-parenting duties. So when your ex upgrades to a world champion, that's not jealousy, that's the check engine light. Right, am I right? From Yeezy to Easy, the glow up has horsepower. I think they saw each, I think this really kind of kept going because they were seen together at the Super Bowl with Kim Kardashian and her new man. And that would be kind of odd for anybody, one of your friends, or at least an acquaintance, dating your ex, right?
I think so, but it's Kim Kardashian. So, I mean, and you're talking about different celebrities and sports stars, and you've got this driver. I mean, what does he expect? Stay with us. More Daily Flash right after this.
This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mitch English.
Yes, he is. I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Today's trends, tomorrow's talk. Before we do a darn thing, let's check in with our stations across the nation. James Alexander.
Those 219 stations and growing, the American Forces Network across the globe is where you can catch us, or you can go to where to watch on our website at dailyflashshow.com and all our socials, too. You can have some fun there. You know why?
What's that?
Why?
Because our local friends are watching too.
Yes, they are.
They're coming out of Charleston, West Virginia.
Ooh,
YouTube Network out of Charleston, West Virginia.
Okay,
And
very
Charleston is a
nice.
special place. You know that?
Tell us why.
Oh, Charleston.
It's the capital.
The first brick street in America.
Really?
Charleston, West Virginia.
Oh.
October 23rd, 1870.
1870.
Okay.
Wow.
Before permanently landing in Charleston in 1885, West Virginia's capital bounced back and forth between Charleston and Wheeling.
Okay.
And the famous frontiersman, Daniel Boone.
I'm related to him.
Was an early
And
Redneck.
so is my
Really?
my wife.
Liza Boone?
Liza Boone, that's her name.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm dead serious. Yeah, and but you know, Daniel Boone's from Kentucky, and but I'm related. I was related to my wife before we, but I'm like way down in genealogy.
Okay.
We're not having any kids anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about
So you're
putting
okay.
arms
We're not like first or second
right,
cousins.
and
okay.
it's you know I'm from Kentucky, so it's like
So that's
it's the
standard.
South, right?
It is what it is. And that's Charleston, West Virginia, ladies and gentlemen.
A lot of people.
Nice.
So you go. I always feel bad for Charleston, West Virginia, because you've been to Charleston, South
Carolina.
Everybody thinks you say
Yeah.
Charleston, and you know you got a great city there in Charleston, West Virginia.
Isn't there also a Greenville, North Carolina, and
There's
a
a
Greenville,
ton.
South
Yes,
Carolina?
it is, yes.
I always
Yeah.
get that throws me off.
And I was telling the crew back there, I had set up a interview one time, and when I did my Mitch Does thing, and they didn't know. I think it was Albany, and I'd set everything up. I was about to buy the airline tickets, and then I typed it in, and I realized I had set everything up for Albany, Minnesota. I think I was like, and I was planning to go to New York.
Oh my!
And so I had been talking to the wrong Albany the entire time.
my
So I had
gosh.
to reschedule it. And,
Oh wow!
got away at least. All right. Had I maybe done better in school, I would have known that there's more than one Albany.
Like Paris, Texas. Be careful if you're
That's
planning
a
a trip to
big
Paris.
problem. Right
Yeah.
there. We talk about all the things that are wrong with schools,
Yeah.
and it's really. It's not fair because there are great teachers, but more importantly, there are great schools out there. And one I want to definitely mention here is in the New Hampshire school district. So there was a boy, his name was Ben O'Reilly, and he was born deaf, hearing impaired. He couldn't hear at all. He was, believe it or not, in this school, the only child that was hearing impaired. Now, we're talking like had sign language and everything.
Right.
So the school wanted to do something different for him. And every single person, including the students, the teachers, the lunch ladies, the custodians, all learned American Sign Language.
Oh, that's
Aw,
dope. Yeah, I like that. I like
All learned, right?
Yeah.
Number one, that's a great language. And if I was a kid, I wish I would have learned sign language. I could have been talking about James.
Yeah, exactly.
Me and you, if you watch DTF
Yes,
St. Louis, you'll get what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, 7 years old, the entire school learned basic sign language. The teachers can do to it. They interviewed some of the kids, and I'm telling you, this is when you watch this interview, you're going to cry. These kids, she goes, "I'm glad I have him now as a friend. I can talk to him now as a friend." To me, I just think like these kind of stories are missed out on so many times about
Absolutely.
what schools are doing to make one kid who obviously was different, but then everybody, how enriched they are because they learned something
out
that's
of it,
going to help this kid.
Right.
And it does take a village, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I wanted to share that. Ben O'Reilly, only deaf student, New Hampshire School District. Good job.
Go New
and
Hampshire.
You are heroes today.
Go New Hampshire. Strong.
We got more Flash coming up right around the corner. If you go anywhere, you'll miss it. I don't know how to say that in sign language.
It's not news. It's not nonsense. It's that weird place in between. Opinion-ish. Coming soon.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. The International Kitchen and Bath Show, or KBIS, recently took place here in Orlando. Our very own Dr. Frank Vigiano joins us now to show us what he brought back from KBIS. Doc, what do you got for us today, man?
Some great stuff, Mitch, some terrific stuff. Absolutely.
All right.
Let's start with an incredible refrigerator by LG.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, great. So the LG Signature 21 cubic foot counter depth with zero clearance and a thin door design, Mitch. This is the booth that we were at. Here's the refrigerator.
Yeah.
It has a true flush built-in aesthetic with no renovations required, Mitch, which is something so desirable that people want today. It has a 45% thinner insulated door, but it still provides full size capacity. It has a space-saving ice and water system and craft ice for elevated. This is great, Mitch. So look at this ice. It's
Dude,
amazing.
that's cool or what, man?
Isn't that the coolest thing?
I love
They
it.
call it craft ice, and it's exactly what it is. A full convert door has 4 flexible temperature zones from freezing to refrigeration. It has advanced cooling technologies, and it's AI-powered LG Thin Q technology, and the Smart InstaView with TOLED identifies the ingredients match and provides recipes. It's amazing. It combines the latest technologies with an architectural aesthetic, and this refrigerator changes the game because it fits so well into any kitchen, and you don't have to worry about renovation at all by LG. And for more information, go to lg.com.
All right, fantastic. We go from that beautiful refrigerator to cooking some stuff, and Sharp has this really cool high-speed oven. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's called the Celerity. It's a high-speed oven, and Mitch, this is amazing. It's a state-of-the-art 30-inch wall oven with an industry-first gold heater that's designed to reach high temperatures quickly without preheat. So the true European convection and inverter-controlled microwave power dramatically cuts cooking time. A whole chicken can be ready about 3 times, listen to this, Mitch, 3 times faster than a conventional oven, and a baked potato, only 5 minutes. I love
That's incredible.
It is incredible. Archives a crisp, golden outside and moist, tender centers, which is great. Now, here are some cookies you and I saw when we were at the booth, and they were delicious,
Yes,
weren't
they
they?
were. They're fantastic.
Oh, my goodness. They were. So 9 manual modes included air fry, grill, microwave, convection bake, and roast options, all in the Celerity. It's a versatile and time-saving solution with exceptional convenience for busy households. And it's what Sharp calls simply better living. For more information, go to shop.sharpusa.com.
All righty, and finally, we'll stay with Sharp. They got a microwave that is out of this world. It's almost magic, it seems like.
Correct, absolutely, yep. And invented by Sharp, the microwave drawer oven format is favored in well-planned kitchens, Mitch. The Deco series, including both a new matte black and white, is designed for today's most popular kitchen palettes. The microwave drawer itself, the oven rethinks the standard swing door microwave with a sliding drawer that glides open for easy access. Cool. Amazing. Typically installed below the counter, it reduces reaching overhead for a safer, more ergonomic design. And the easy wave open, which is so cool, wave your hand right in front of it, and it opens, is the microwave drawer with a wave of the hand, as I mentioned, and touchless access and smart connectivity. And look at all those different flavors. Isn't that crazy?
That
you can
is
basically
really cool.
design. It's amazing. Yeah, you can design this all the different colors that you want, and it has touchless access and smart connectivity with a Sharp Kitchen app, which is so important. Their app will allow you to do everything remotely. It's what Sharp calls simply better living. And for more information, go ahead, man.
Go ahead, hurry, the website really quick.
Yeah, shop.sharpusa.com.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Frank. We appreciate it. More information on this, you can go to whatsnewdoc.com. Hey, everybody. It is National Nutrition Month, and lifestyle editor Joanne Butler joins us now with ways to stick with a healthier lifestyle. Joanne, what do you have for us today?
Well, 57% of sparkling water drinkers reach for it in the morning. 35% are looking for something without sugar or sweeteners. This is my go-to. It's Waterloo Sparkling Water. They're custom crafted, naturally flavored, no sugar, sweeteners, or calories at all. Just super bright and full of flavor, and they have a ton of them, including 3 new ones that are perfect for just a refreshing start to the day. There's Banana Berry Bliss that tastes like creamy ripe banana with sweet berry notes and a hint of orange for tartness. I love the melon medley too. It just blends notes of sweet watermelon and cantaloupe and honeydew. And they brought back last summer's fan favorite, lemon Italian ice. So now you can get it all year round. This one's sweet and lemony with sour notes. One sip and you like literally feel like you're on the beach. I love these. They're amazing straight from the can or for making mocktails. These are really just a win-win, better for you option. You can check them out at drinkwaterloo.com and at your favorite grocery stores. I've also really been trying to level up on my protein goals. One of my favorite ways to do this is with Premier Protein. Now, these are really high protein shakes that give you the fuel you need to go get them every single day, whether it's a hard workout or just a regular busy day of life. Each one packs 30 grams of protein, 160 calories, and no added sugar. And there are more than 12 flavors, so something for everyone. I love the vanilla, the caramel, the cafe latte, so delicious, and they're just really smooth and creamy. So it makes it easy to stick to your goals, which is super key. And you can find Premier Protein at Amazon and Walmart and other retailers nationwide. They're also really doing something cool this month. They believe that healthier communities start with the people who serve them, and they have a Shakes for Shifts initiative that fuels those on the front lines, and they're honoring nurses who help keep communities healthy and thriving by challenging them to focus on realistic habits and help them refuel and recharge throughout their busy days. Basically a free wellness program for nurses. So check that out at healthynursehealthynation.org.
All right, moving right along. Whether you're into high-speed racing, world-class dining, or just relaxing at a spa, Las Vegas has something for everybody, right? Travel expert Gabe Seglier, he reveals the hottest travel trends for 2026.
Hey there, I'm Gabe Saglier, and it's Code Match Week here in Las Vegas. For the first time ever, 16 over-the-top, only in Las Vegas, lifestyle packages up for grabs. Luxury resorts, a VIP dining, spa, and entertainment packages. A lot of behind-the-scenes access and VIP access as well. All of those packages available at CodeMatch.com. You go there, register for the one or the ones you love, and then you tune in Friday night, March 13th, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern, when Sphere begins to display its own set of random 3-digit codes. The hope is that one of your 3-digit codes matches one of Sphere's 3-digit codes, and if that's the case, you are a winner. Only one winner per lifestyle package. Each prize is good for 2 people, and it includes a generous airfare credit from anywhere in the USA to get you out here to Las Vegas and enjoy your lifestyle prize in style. Register now at CodeMatch.com, and good luck.
March is National Nutrition Month, and one of the easiest upgrades you can make in your kitchen is the type of oil you cook with. Here with more is registered dietitian Jillian Barkume. Hi, Jillian.
Hi there. You're right. Not all oils are the same. Extra virgin olive oil is the most natural, least processed cooking oil available. Extra virgin is a quality grade, meaning there were no chemicals or heat used to extract the oil. It's actually the juice of fresh olives. Extra virgin olive oil, or EVOO, is unique because it's a natural source of antioxidants, just like other fruit juices. You'll see heart-healthy claims on many oils, but those are usually based only on their unsaturated fat content. Extra virgin olive oil goes a step further because it also delivers protective plant antioxidants. That's because it's minimally processed, while other oils are refined with heat or chemicals, even regular olive oil. What's unique about Cobra State EVOO is they control the entire process from tree to bottle. They are obsessed with freshness and quality. That's why they harvest and bottle their EVOO within hours to optimize the natural antioxidants that are sensitive to heat, air, light, and time. One of the biggest myths I hear is that you shouldn't cook with extra virgin olive oil because of smoke point, but you absolutely can use extra virgin olive oil in your kitchen. Since it contains natural antioxidants, it's actually a very stable cooking oil and works beautifully for sauteing, roasting, and baking. National Nutrition Month is about small, sustainable changes. Using extra virgin olive oil is one of them, and choosing Cobra State, a U.S. producer, helps ensure you're getting fresh, high-quality extra virgin olive oil.
Ooh, this is exciting. We're revealing an updated look for a famed car brand. Here's more.
Volkswagen revealed the redesigned 2027 Atlas at this year's New York International Auto Show.
The interior has lots of premium features like available Napa leather and massaging seats. Signature lighting includes available crossbody lighting, illuminated logos front and back, and dynamic turn signals, as well as illuminated handles. The updated 2-liter turbocharged engine delivers improved fuel economy and makes this the most powerful Atlas ever.
Learn more at VW.com/Atlas.
More automotive news. If you're thinking about your next car, the New York International Auto Show is offering a look at what's ahead. Here's what you need to know.
From new tech to the shift toward electric, the 2026 New York International Auto Show is putting the spotlight on what's new in the auto industry. From the show floor, here's Sean Tucker, managing editor at Kelley Blue Book.
At this year's show, Kia is giving drivers more choice. The 2027 Kia Seltos is larger, with more room inside and a more refined interior. It also adds a hybrid, making it the only vehicle in its class with 3 powertrain options. On top of that, you're getting advanced safety features and a more capable all-wheel drive system.
Kia is also showing the all-electric EV3, a compact SUV with up to 320 miles of range and fast charging capability.
The EV3 hits a sweet spot, right-sized and practical with strong range, quick charging, and the kind of technology and versatility that can make the shift to electric feel a lot more manageable for drivers.
To learn more about the Seltos and the EV3, visit kia.com. That's kia.com.
Okay, check this out. The Backstreet Boys made headlines with their hilarious Super Bowl commercial, and now they have their sights set on the next halftime show. AJ McLean pitched the idea of the band headlining the 2027 Super Bowl halftime show. The NFL tried to make it happen once before with the guys way back in 2001, but they declined, opting to sing the national anthem instead. Super Bowl 61 will land on Valentine's Day. The SoFi Stadium event in Los Angeles will likely affect the decision of who will headline the halftime show. I feel like they fall into that Hollywood bubble.
I think you're right. I think, who do you go after? I mean, you're the NFL, you want people just to tune in to see. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And really, if you think about it, they approve it, but isn't Apple or whoever presents it the one that picks the point?
Sponsor, yeah. We're not done yet. Stay with us. We're back.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. Mitch English along with Andrea Jackson.
A happily engaged couple get put to the test when an unexpected revelation sends their wedding week off of the rails. This is today's must-watch movie, The Drama.
Ready and turn. Nice.
The wedding is this Saturday. What stories are you gonna do?
What do you mean, my speech?
Yeah. Are you gonna use the first time we met?
Yes.
Okay, what about the first date?
Yeah, of course. You don't have to do a speech.
So you're saying Charlie is your first love?
Yeah.
First love or your first crush?
Both, I think. Wait, is that insane?
At 30?
So I want to say this thing about her laugh. You know how it's very cute, but it's also kind of
repulsive even.
All right, so before we got married, we did this thing where we said the worst thing we've ever done.
Okay. I'll tell mine if we all do it. Promise?
What did you do?
This dog.
Beer bottles and porn.
You left him there overnight.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing I've ever done?
Okay,
Are you serious?
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna order an Uber.
Emma, what the
Am I sensing some nerves? Remember, you know each other really well.
You have to stop thinking about it.
Can't just say stop thinking.
So you are thinking about it.
I am thinking about it now.
How can you even trust her?
You're being incredibly hypocritical.
I never said he was mentally disabled.
Yes, you did. You said he was slow. You said he was slow. Emma, true love is complicated. Sorry, I'm just trying to do your stupid joke thing. It's about acceptance, radical acceptance.
Why are you acting like you've never done anything bad? What's that?
I don't know. Just, there's some drama. It's very funny.
All right, looks like a romantic comedy, even though the name is The Drama. All right. Thanks so much for spending time with us today.
For more information on any of today's stories, be sure to visit dailyflashshow.com.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, y'all.